Welcome back, people, to Northside LDN. And today, get KSC out of this club, get Mikel Arteta out of this club. The main reason why Arsenal have been crap and been underachieving and have no ambition is because the ownership of this club have also no ambition. The manager, the players all reflect the ownership. And this is why I'm not Arteta out, I'm KSC. And Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke out before Arteta out because they are the bums that have appointed him. We're going to get straight into it. We're going to get straight into some of Arteta's decisions and if they're working for him or against him. We're going to look at some of the results that we've had and how players that have been casted out, told they're not good enough for Arsenal. Yeah? Hua, Bafada. Yeah? You're not good enough. Leave Arsenal Football Club. See how they are doing and performing away from Arsenal, either on loan or sold to other teams, and how this current squad are performing in the Premier League. Without further ado, let's get straight into it, caramba. Vamos. Listen, the saying goes, you reap what you sow. So let's get into some of the players that have been outcasted and told they have no future at Arsenal. You're free to go. You can go elsewhere. You're not good enough for this squad. You're not good enough, in our aim to get top four, as if top four is the main aim in football. Not to be number one, just to get top four, because that's what it's about at this club. Let's get straight into it. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So the 32-year-old Gabonese international, at the moment, it stands for Barcelona in La Liga. He's got in 9 appearances, 8 goals and 1 assist. In the Europa League, he has 5 appearances, 2 goals. And obviously at Arsenal, we had 14 appearances, 4 goals and 1 assist. Listen, yesterday against, I think it was Levante, that Barcelona were playing against, Aubameyang scored his 10th goal. Since Aubameyang has left Arsenal, Arsenal have only scored 12 goals altogether. Yeah, since Aubameyang was told in January that he has no future here at Arsenal and he needs to leave, yeah, he scored 10 goals. We have only scored 12 goals, yeah? But apparently he's washed up. Apparently Lacazette's a better option. Nketiah's a better option, yeah? Really. Lacazette hasn't scored a goal in, I think it's something stupid, like 19 hours. He has not scored a goal in open play. Yeah, he's deemed good enough, yeah, for Arsenal, but Aubameyang's not good enough. And I'm so happy that Aubameyang is showing this guy up because he never was washed up. And I said it before, if Tottenham can deal with the situation of Harry Kane wanting to leave the football club and disciplinary situations that were going on there with him trying to force a move on Sky Sports, how the hell can Mikel Arteta not be able to work around the problem with, Aubameyang turning up late and what else was going on, behind the scenes? Because Aubameyang said it when he left. His only problem was with Arteta. He didn't have a problem being at Arsenal. Arteta was the problem. But yet this great manager is unable, to work that around. I mean, listen, it looks like Arsenal got egg in their face for that one. Aubameyang smashing it out there in La Liga. Let's move into the next person. Yeah? Another player told he's no good. Yeah? We can let you go for peanuts. Yeah, even though he's getting in the French squad, even though, he's been spoken highly over there in France, getting in the team of the season, but apparently, you're not good enough for Arsenal. Yeah, you can leave, mate. Yeah, Guendouzi. Matteo Guendouzi, 22 years old, French international, 31 appearances in Ligue 1 for Marseille, 3 goals, 9 assists. Then in the Conference League, he's got 5 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists. The Europa League, 6 appearances, no goals or assists. And the Copa de France, he's got 4 appearances, 3 assists. Yeah? Anyone telling me that Guendouzi isn't better than the Conga? Guendouzi's not better midfielder than Granit Xhaka. Yeah? But he's told he's not good enough. Yeah? You're not good enough, Guendouzi. Don't worry. We don't need you, mate. Yeah? Don't worry. We don't need anyone for rotation. Yeah? Apparently, on the pecking order at Arsenal, yeah? Xhaka's better than you, mate. Lokonga's better than you. Yeah? We don't need you. El Nene's better than you. Who else? Who else is he? Charlie Patino, he's better than you. Yeah, we don't need you. Matteo Guendouzi. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. And I'm bringing this up here because the only way we go from here is sacking this manager. But that won't fix Arsenal because we'll get another puppet. You know, when we had Arsene Wenger, we had the same problems. When we had Emery, we had the same problems. What's the common denominator here? Yeah, is the management. It is the owners of Arsenal. KSE. Another American owners that do not care about Arsenal being the best, competing for the best trophies and being the best in the world. They need to leave. Our problems start and finish with them. They are the ones that didn't back Unai Emery. Even though things weren't going great, he wasn't backed. And they threw him to the Lions. Yeah? Now, they're doing the same thing with Arteta. They're using him as the puppet. Yeah? We're not going to see any improvements. These owners need to leave. We need to force them out by not buying any season tickets, any merch, not supporting any of the sponsors the Arsenal Football Club are associated with. We need the stocks to fall. Because as it stands, yeah, they have doubled the money. Yeah. When they took full shares and became sole owners in 2018, they bought Arsenal for £1 billion. Arsenal are now valued over £2 billion. Some sources are saying 2.5, some saying 2.8. It's around the, 2 and a bit mark, 2.5. Yeah, they've doubled. In that time, they haven't needed to be in European football. They didn't need the European football for the value of Arsenal Football Club to be raised. They don't need to compete in the Champions League. They don't need to buy world-class players. They don't need to do anything. They can carry on because the fan base will still go and support this bucaria. The fan base will still buy tickets, still buy merch. How many merches have been dropped this season? Why are we buying merch? We are finished outside European places. We can't even qualify to get into Europa Conference League. And fans are still buying merch. Yeah? The owners are sitting back. Whoa, the money's coming in, caramba. Epa, festa, vida boa. That we say in Portugal, vida boa, the good life. Yeah? Because you guys will still buy merch. Doesn't matter if we're not performing on the pitch. Yeah? Because this is all about, we're just boohoo man. Do you know what I'm saying? We're Arsenal Westfields. That's what we are. Do you know what I'm saying? That is it. Because the fan base will not hold this club accountable. Yeah? What we need to be doing is making Arsenal stocks go down. Because these people, all they care about is money and figures. They clearly don't care about winning. If it was about winning, we would have sacked this guy and got Conte. Do you know what I'm saying? If it was about winning, we would have been proactive in January instead of reactive in January. That's what Arsenal would have done if Arsenal's about winning leagues. But it's not about that. It's not about that. It's about top fours. It's about youth projects. It's about the merch. Let's wheel out so much merch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at me. I've got this new merch. Who cares? Who really cares? And this is what I'm saying. Look, there's a story. Let's get into this story about Guendouzi and about how he's been spoken about out there in Marseille, in France. Let's get straight into it. Right, manager says player Arsenal have just sold for 9 million on his way to becoming one of the world's best players. Matteo Guendouzi completed a permanent Arsenal exit, making his Marseille loan earlier this year, and his manager thinks the Frenchman is on his way to becoming one of the world's best midfielders. Sampaoli has a point. The 22-year-old midfielder has been utterly sensational for Marseille since joining on loan last summer. Mikel Arteta did not fancy him, sending him to Hertha Berlin on loan during the 2020-21 season. At Marseille, Guendouzi has clocked up 18 goal involvements in 46 games, laying on an enormous 14 assists and scoring 4. He has also broken into the French squad, winning 3 caps and even scoring last time out. Arsenal sold Guendouzi for 9 million, with Marseille taking up a permanent option of the midfielder. Now his manager believes he has the potential to become one of the best in the world. Flipping out, what's this flipping fly I got in my room? I feel that puta, get out, man. I'm flipping streaming. I feel that mic. Killed it. Where's this window? Right, back to it. So people, look, it looks like, he's being highly rated, but no, don't worry, not at Arsenal. Yeah, we don't need you, mate. Yeah, we don't need you. Yeah, we only got Tottenham. Yeah, a team that Fuller told me are washed. They're no good. Yeah. Oh, look at Tottenham. They're dead. Oh, we don't want Conte. Really? Conte ain't had $250 million. And look at him. He's ahead of us now. He's ahead of us. after taking over from a manager that were running them into the ground. Do you know what I'm saying? But look at them now. Espirito Santo's running them into the ground. They were rubbish. They were done. This amazing run ain't looking that amazing now, is it? We've got flipping Tottenham already passing us after we went on to this amazing run, people told me. Absolutely amazing run, Mill, cool. Yeah? How the hell is Guendouzi not good enough to do a job at Arsenal? How the hell is Aubameyang not good enough to do a job at Arsenal? Yeah? How is that possible? How is Torreira? Let's get into another player, because I'm seeing other players, more players doing better away from Arsenal than currently at Arsenal. Players that will walk into our squad as it currently is. Yeah? But no, or could be on the bench. Let's get into another one. I'm sick and tired of this bucaria, man. Sick and tired of it. Yeah? Got another player here. Reece Nelson, yeah? Out on loan at Feyenoord, scored last night. I think it was 2 goals and assists. And yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well at the moment at Feyenoord. And yeah, man's telling me he can't do a job here. He can't do a job at Arsenal, no? We're dying for rotation, yeah? But man are telling me what? Torreira can't do a job here. Guendouzi getting in the team this season. Saliba can't do a job. Aubameyang can't do a job. All these players are playing better than a lot of our current lineup. And a lot of them are doing really well away. Now, I understand not all of them are at a league as good as the Premier League. Of course, the Premier League is the best league. But at the same time, yeah, beggars can't be choosers. Especially when most of these players get into our starting lineup. This is pathetic. Yeah, and who was the manager that said these players can leave? Yeah, Arteta. Yeah, why weren't you proactive in January? If you want these players to leave, why weren't we proactive? Yeah, but don't worry, it's all right. You know, we already got Champions League. Most of our fans were talking like we already got Champions League. This is what I said to Fuad. Yeah, we ain't got Champions League yet. It's all good talking about what we're gonna do when we get Champions League. We're not there yet. Yeah, the season ain't over. There's still 8 games to go. Literally, this guy, I'm sick of it. And you know what, yeah? I'm sick and tired of barking on about the manager, because ultimately, the owners don't care. The owners don't have the standards that me and you guys have in the chat. They don't have this kind of standards. They don't give a shit. They don't give a pucaria. To them, oh, what? Top 6, yeah, that will do. Top 4, yeah, that will do. Yeah, we'll spin another youth project. Do you know what I'm saying? And spend some peanuts in the summer. You know what I mean? To get the fans all back on side. Then we'll whip out the new shirts. Everyone will go and buy the shirts. Then we get the flipping season tickets. Everyone goes and renews their season tickets because, oh, I'm at my second home. Yeah? No, your second home is your work, bro. Your second home is your work. You know what I mean? That is the place that you spend the most time. You spend more time at work than you do even flipping at home. Do you know what I mean? It is ridiculous. But listen, we've got another headline. Let's get into more, yeah? More great news. You know what I mean? Constantly, all I'm seeing is players that this manager's ditched, performing really well away, yeah? But this guy that's the next Pep Guardiola all of a sudden can't coach. I remember when people were telling me, yeah, that Sterling, yeah, became the player he was because of Mikel Arteta. Oh, really? Cool. So how come you can't coach Lokonga? Because we're saying Lokonga ain't ready. Why is this guy buying players that are not ready? Are we buying the right players? When we didn't buy Vlahovic, yeah, the argument was, oh, we didn't buy Vlahovic. We don't want to panic buy. We want to buy the right players. Cool. So why isn't Lokonga the right player then? Do you know what I'm saying? Is he the right player or is he not ready? You put Saliba out on loan because he's not ready. Well, it looks like Lokonga's not ready. It looks like Tavares not ready. So what is it? You buying the players that are not ready, or are you waiting to buy the right players? It doesn't make any sense. Because if Saliba needs to get experience, why are you then buying players that also need to get experience on loan and are not ready to affect his team? It makes no sense. No sense. But this is what it is, man. This is how it is at Arsenal. Nothing ever makes sense. It's all a big joke. And who allows it? Stan Kroenke. Yeah? Because they can sit there. Yeah? These bums that were trying to sell us out to the Super League, yeah, don't care about the integrity of football. Don't get what football's really about. Don't understand how much we love Arsenal Football Club. They look at Arsenal as dollar bills. Yeah? These are the people that are hiring Edu. Yeah? These are the people that allowed, allegedly, yeah, Raul Sanelli to be getting backhanders on the deal for Pepe. This is the ownership that is allowing this. This is the ownership that even though Unai Emery, I remember so many people like Fuad telling me, oh, we had a dead team. The team that Emery had, it was a dead team, yeah? Well, was he backed? These owners didn't back him when he wanted Partey. They didn't back him when he wanted Zaha. They didn't back him at all. He got scraps and players that he didn't want. Listen, it's all a fat joke. Let's get into this next headline. Where is it? Right. There we go. Right. Benfica boss wants over 100 million for Manchester United and Arsenal target Darwin Núñez. Now, Darwin Núñez scored yesterday with Benfica. The 22 Uruguayan player has scored 31 goals across all competitions this season. Really, really good stats. Really good stats, even though the season's still ain't over. It's the Portuguese league, but you still got to do it. And it looks like Man United are in the running also for him. Looks like Man United are looking interested. And that means we're definitely not getting Darwin Núñez. I don't believe Arsenal are going to get Darwin Núñez. Why would Darwin Núñez want to come to Arsenal? Based off of what? You know, we don't do well in bidding wars. When do we ever outbid any of the big teams? We don't like getting in bidding wars. We can't win. And when they look at it, yeah, you might look at Man United and laugh and say, why would he want to go there? Well, I'll tell you what, they're going to spend more money. They're a bigger club than us. If he's going for PR, definitely have more PR there because they're a bigger club, because they are a bigger club than Arsenal. And they can offer as much, if not more, in wages than Arsenal. So why is he going to come to Arsenal for? You know, out of the two, why are you going to come to Arsenal? We can't offer him Champions League football. Yeah, not saying Man United will, because they look like they don't want top four either. They look like they don't want Champions League football either. But when you look at it, they're looking to get the right manager. They're looking to get Ten Hag. They're looking to try and make moves and correct the mistakes from this season. What are we doing? We are sitting here on our ass saying, "Oh, trust the process. Judge in May." Judge what in May? Is Arteta going to get fired? No, he's not. Who wants to come and work for Mikel Arteta? Who would you rather work for, Ten Hag or Arteta? Why would you go to Arsenal when you can go to Man United and receive more in wages? Why would you want to go stay at Arsenal when Man United look like they're trying to do something to get things right? When you weigh up both clubs, when Arsenal, Man United are a more successful team. Why would you want to come to Arsenal? We're not attractive. We're not attractive. The only way we can be attractive is if we throw money at players and then all we're going to do is get flipping mercenaries. Got so many flipping flies in this room. Puta que pariu. For this, open the window for 5 seconds. All these flipping moths, man. What is going on, man? Maybe Arteta sent them. You know what I mean? Come and attack Northside. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, listen. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We ain't getting no change at all until we protest against the ownership. And we need all the fans to come together and demand better for our club. That is it. And anyone that wants to do a protest, anyone that says a protest, I will be there in support. As long as I'm not actually working, because obviously I can't miss work, then I will be there on a protest because we need to get these owners out. Everyone's looking at the manager, and even me, I focus a lot on the manager. Now I'm bringing more light to the ownership. You cannot buy Arsenal for £1 billion. Now it's going on £2.5 billion, yeah? You tear down the stadium, you make us all these fake promises, and we are yet to look like Man City and Liverpool. Look at Man City and Liverpool match, yeah? We tear down a stadium and move to the Emirates to be at that level. We are nowhere near that level. We are nowhere near Man City's level. Nowhere near it. We're nowhere near it. When I looked at the level of football, this manager will never, ever, ever win the league. Never. They're on a different level. And people may say, oh yeah, but Tuchel, you know, this jury's still out. Can he win the league? Yeah, but I tell you what, he will be made accountable. If he doesn't win the league next season, after they'll probably back him in the summer, he's gone. Yeah? Not with this manager. When do our club ever move like that? You know what I'm saying? And that is the difference. They will sack and they will do what's necessary and make people accountable for failures until they get the right man. Not our fan base. Our fan base told me at the start of the season the aim is to get Champions League football. What happened to there now? And then we got, oh, it's great. We don't have no European football. It's great to get into European football. Oh, maybe we could win the FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Then we get knocked out of that. Oh, don't worry about that now. That's not important. Yeah, it's about top 4. Now what? So if we don't get top 4, he should get sacked. This is what I'm talking about. Let's have a look at some of the Arsenal stats from last season in comparison to this season, so people can see nothing's really changed. So listen, last season, 18 wins and what's that? 39 goals conceded. Cool. Let's have a look at this season. Right, 36 goals conceded. Yeah, and 17 wins. Yeah. Literally, what has changed? What has changed? Nothing has changed. When you look at the stats, nothing's changed. And they're telling me that we fixed the defense. Really, we've almost conceded. Yeah, we're a couple of goals away from conceding the same amount of goals we conceded last season. Absolutely pathetic. Then, when you look at our performances this season, and this is me not even including the losses against Man City and Liverpool, because the excuse is always, we can't compete. We can't compete with Liverpool. We can't compete with Man City. Cool. Yeah. We lost 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. We lost 2-1 this season to Everton. We lost 3-2 this season to Man United when they had no manager. Yeah, they had a hologram in as a manager. We also lost 2-0 to Chelsea. We lost 2-0 to Brentford. We lost 3-0 to Crystal Palace. And we lost 2-1 to Brighton. Arsenal Football Club should not be losing to Brighton, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Everton, Nottingham Forest. Do you know what I'm saying? And a Man United that had no flipping manager. Yeah? But we lost to all those teams. Yeah? But when the going was good, oh, let's forget about that. Yeah, no, don't worry. Look, what on a run? On a run to what? We're on a run when we're out of everything. We're not going to win the league. We're out of all flipping cup competitions. So what? It's not as great as people try and paint it. We're not going anywhere. We're a hamster on a hamster wheel, just going round and round and round every season, the same bucaria. I'm sick and tired of these owners, yeah, coming out and talking BS, yeah? How about you sell the club to an owner that actually gives a crap about this club and actually care about respecting the heritage of this club, yeah? Not making a quick buck and a quick, quick money and bringing out retro shirts. I couldn't give a crap about the retro shirts. If anything, the original retro shirts, which you can buy, are a lot better than these remakes anyway. They're dead anyway. They flipping wash out and get dried out and shriveled out in the wash anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sick of it. Get these owners out because they don't care about Arsenal. They don't care about the betterment of Arsenal as a footballing institution. They care about Arsenal Limited because that's what we are, a company. Arsenal Limited. That's what it's about. And we're going to see the same crap week in, week out. And I'm just done. I'm sick of it, man. I'm absolutely sick of it. How can washed out Tottenham go and slap Aston Villa 4-0? Is man mad? How are they slapping him? But I thought these guys are washed. I thought these guys are dead. Do you know what I mean? Man United look like they're not on it. They don't really give a crap. Chelsea, look at the bounce back. Yeah? After the humiliation against Real Madrid, look at them now. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at them now. Yeah? 6-0 against Southampton. This is what I'm saying because their manager is held accountable. He knows, yeah? If he doesn't reach the target, he's fired. It's as simple as that at Chelsea. But not Arsenal. We just keep getting unlimited chances. It's ridiculous. I'm sick of it. Let's get into some of your comments and see what some of you lot are saying. Here we go. Northside, big up. I asked Curtis, would love to see you and Northside do a collab. Big up to you, bro. Yeah, man. Big up to Curtis. I wouldn't mind doing a collab with him. I'm up for a collab with anyone. So, yeah, man. It is what it is. Love for that. Kroenke out, Vinay out, Garlic out, Edu out, Arteta out. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. But the value of Arsenal keep going up. Then this is why they don't care. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Kroenkes are still making money. How can you have a club, yeah, that's the third biggest in England, haven't won the league for going on 19 years, and the value of your club is still going up? How is that possible? How is that possible? You're failing. Your business is failing, but the profits are going up. Yeah? It's because fans keep supporting this crap. They keep supporting this crap. Whether we have Arteta or whether we don't have Arteta, yeah, it doesn't change anything. Because if we get an ownership that actually care about running this club properly, Arteta will be made accountable, yeah, for the crap that he's producing, yeah, and then he will get a new manager anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? The reason that Chelsea is so successful is because no matter who the manager is, the owner makes those managers accountable. And yeah, I know they're changing. It's going to be a new ownership. But that is a kind of leadership I want to see at Arsenal. That is what I want. But when do we get that? I'm fighting Arteta in, Arteta out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We've seen 3 managers under this ownership. Where's it got us? Where has it got us? Nowhere. Just fights and people arguing and divisions amongst the fan base. We need to focus on getting these owners out. Yeah? But do people want to do the hard work? Do people want to do the grafting and actually, Don't go to games, boycott games, don't buy merch, don't just literally just watch it at home. That's it. Don't pump any money into Arsenal. A lot of people are not ready to do that. They're not ready to make that kind of commitment. I've already made it years ago. I don't pump no money into Arsenal. Arsenal don't get a penny from me. Not at all. I'm not buying nothing from them until they start running their club properly. I'm not doing it. I'm not buying anything. And it is what it is. How is Arteta still in charge at Arsenal is beyond me. The job is way too big for him. Like I said, bro, he's not made accountable. You're not made accountable. Do you know what I'm saying? He's just a shield for the owners, bro. Give the job to Airport Albert till the end of the season instead of sticking by this clown. That's what I said in my last video. Just give it back to Airport Albert. For me, I'm not getting angry no more. For the rest of the season, I'm on cruise control. Literally, I'm just watching the match, whatever. I'm not going to react. Why am I going to get so wound up when this club don't give two craps? They don't care. They don't hurt them. It's every time on IG the same thing. Oh, next week, boys, we'll do better, boys. Shut the hell up, man. Do you know what I'm saying? About do better and we're going to do better and the fans are upset and the players are upset and they're down. I couldn't give a crap. I could not give two craps, yeah? Do what is needed and do what you guys promised us when we move to the Emirates Stadium, because I am yet to see you guys do good in that promise. That's what I'm saying. Yes, Northside, my G, big up to you, bro. Another regular. You're a bit Arteta out, though. Of course, bro. Of course I am. But at the end of the day, the biggest picture, the biggest problem is the ownership. I think it's the same thing with Man United. The biggest problem is the ownership, because the ownership don't care. The ownership, yeah, they know they don't care. They're not annoyed that Arteta is telling us to trust the process. Trust the process, but he doesn't even trust the left back that he bought. He would rather play Xhaka out of position and play him at left back. He doesn't care. They don't care that Lokonga ain't as good as Guendouzi, but yet we've booted Guendouzi away. They don't care that we've told Aubameyang you're not good enough, but yet Lacazette's in place doing a horrific job. They don't care that Lacazette should be benched and Pepe should be in the starting lineup instead of. They don't care. They don't care. They're not bothered. They don't care that we spunked 50 mil on Ben White when we could have used that money and got another CDM to help Partey, and we would have had rotation. Because if we used that 50 mil and kept Saliba here, we would have had Saliba, yeah? And you could have kept Pablo Mari even, so you have a bit more rotation, yeah? Even though he's not good enough, but cool. You still have Saliba to start, which in my opinion is levels above Ben White. Then you use that 50 mil for Basuma. Right now, when we have an injury to Partey, which I said we would, because I already knew this guy's injury, since he's been at Arsenal, has been very shaky, you'd have a rotation for Partey. We wouldn't have to be putting Lokonga out there. We wouldn't have to put El Nene out there. We wouldn't have to be, throwing these players to the wolves that are not good enough anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? But no, we bought Ben White. Why? How did that make any sense? How did that make any sense when we already had a good young defender in Saliba? But apparently, Ben White is ready, but Saliba's not really. Based off of what? Because it definitely ain't based off of performances. Pathetic, man. Sempre a mesma porcaria, man. I'm sick of it. Big up Northside. Hope you're good, bro. When is the link out? Let me put the link out right now for anyone that wants to jump on. Let me put the link out now. Hold on a sec. Here we go. Right. As always, people, make sure your camera's on and your mic on, and you can jump on and have your say. Some good lemonade. Big up Northside, Vamos, Gracie, big up to you, Gracie. Make sure you go like and subscribe to Gracie's channel, and make sure you like and subscribe to this channel if it's your first time on. Make sure you like and subscribe too. Hold on a second. How's it going, bro? You good?
Mate, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I've calmed down from Saturday. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
At least we have another sport to look forward to, the F1 at least. Even if Hamilton is not doing too well this season. But mate, where do we start? There's a reason why I've just put this shirt on, right? And this shirt is bigger than I am. It was 1993 FA Cup. winners, right? It's
Yeah.
because back then, and this is a real badge, by the way, back then we played with a high standards and a high demand for our club, right? Now, why is it we have now stuck with this guy for 2.5 years, 3 years, whatever you want to call it, two eighth places, struggling to get fourth. And by the way, whilst we're getting fourth, it's the same stats that we have had since last season. That just shows how shit the league's been this season. That the fact that we've actually been allowed to try fight for top four with the same stats from last season in terms of the record of wins, draws, and losses, and goals scored and goals against. But yet he's supposed to improve everything, and we're supposed to progress, right? Wenger got sacked for sitting there for top four and saying top four is a trophy for 20 odd goddamn years, right? Emery got sacked after becoming fifth and missing out top four by a point, and getting us to our first European final since 2006, right? So if managers are getting those things out of worse squads, and also Emery was not even backed to the extent that this man has been backed, right? Whereas every decision he has made's gone his way, but yet, despite all this, he can't even get top four with a stronger side and even improve us defensively or attacking, right? Why
I
is
mean,
the fan
where
base?
would you?
Why isn't the fan base rioting? Sorry, why is the fan base protesting, rioting, standing outside the stadium until this manager's gone, this board is gone, these owners are gone? Why? Because I'm sorry, my standard is to win the fucking league. Sorry for swearing, but it's to win the fucking league, right? I don't care about anything else. If it means getting top four so we can then go on and get it, fine. But in the next 2 to 3 years, I want to see Arsenal back up there challenging. And the only way Liverpool have done that with Klopp is because their fans, for example, demand not so much Klopp was a top level manager. It's because their fans would not let up. They will not let up. They kept demanding, even when Klopp was on the verge of getting fourth. They demanded. They demanded more. They demanded more. They said he wouldn't get fourth in his first season. They get sacked, and that's Klopp, right? They said they'd sack him if he didn't get fourth in that first season. He did, and then he demanded more after that. They demanded more after that. That's why FSG still had to find a way of winning it whilst keeping not spending so much, because they're also tight-fisted bastards themselves, right? But yet us, we take one little bit of progress by winning an FA Cup in 6 months, right? And then all of a sudden, and having one decent season after finishing eighth twice, right? And all of a sudden, everything's all rosy in the Arsenal garden. Why don't fans wake the fuck up and actually getting back to these standards when we're challenged for titles?
Because, bro, I get everything that you're saying. Arsenal fans care more about popularity. Being an Arsenal fan, the majority of them want popularity. You know what I'm saying? And they pick popularity and social media following over than saying what's really in their heart. Labstar, how you doing, bro? Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
How you
yeah,
doing,
yeah,
bro?
yeah, yeah. I'm good, North Sol. I'm good, man. Yeah.
What do you think we
It's
should do? I mean, the question is, what do you think us fans that want to raise the standards, what should we do to get this ownership out? Because we can replace the manager, we'll just get another puppet. Or they will pick somebody that they feel like can be easily manipulated and controlled and can continue lowering the standards and taking the heat away from the owners. What can we do to get rid of these owners?
stop buying the merch. Stop buying into like the narrative. Like here's the thing, right? I'm just about old enough to remember like the hybrid days, like the latter stages towards the hybrid days, like the Invincibles, the doubles, the double in '02 and that when we took Sol Campbell from Spurs.
Same.
Yeah, funny how we can't take Harry Kane, or actually Harry Kane was at Arsenal, I believe, in the academy, and we couldn't even keep him because we go for players like fucking Yaya Sanogo and shit. Like it's just a fucking joke. But anyway, it's just as simple as, you know, realizing who the problem is. You know, the old saying, like, know thy enemy, innit? You know,
Yeah.
like, the players are not the biggest problem. They are a problem, but they're not the biggest problem. The manager is a problem, but again, he's not the biggest problem. You know, Edu is more of a problem, but again, he's not the biggest problem. Vinay as well. I don't know what the fuck Vinay does. I've been on Vinay's back for ages. Vinay
I
is
want to know what his job
useless.
description is.
Useless. Absolutely useless. My mum could probably do a better job than him. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
Mate, what does he do? I want to know what on his contract his job description is.
He's like a
Just to sit there
commercial
and look
guy,
pretty.
and apparently he was meant to be. He was second in command to fucking Sanye, and then he got promoted based on what? Based on what? It's an absolute shambles. Like, this club, yeah, is absolutely in the gutter. I mean, I even said before, when Arteta was lingering at 15th, like, was it last season or the season before? Yeah, you know, and then we faced Chelsea, and then he got out of jail. The Xhaka boom that everyone was talking about probably saved his fucking job, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie, because we were done. We were done out here. But again, it's just accountability. Yeah, do you know what? Do you know what it's like? Yeah, Arsenal is like that girl. Yeah, that always cheats on you. You've been going out for like a few years,
Yeah.
innit? And then she cheats on you, and then she comes back with the same old crap. Oh, baby, I'm really sorry. Like, I love you. You know, it was just a moment thing. I don't really love him. You know, it just happened. Do you know what I mean? I will never do it again. I'll never cheat on you again. And us, being the fan base, we're just like, okay. Yeah, okay, baby. Yeah. On some Will Smith thing. Less of that. Yo.
Napster. What I actually heard last season, we were at 16th and our lowest point, right? These fans that were so hell bent on keeping Arteta, and they were so pissed off with the board and the owners because they were so saying it's the owners and the board. It's not just getting rid of Arteta as a problem. And you're right, it's not just Arteta as a problem. It's that the owners are a problem. And you're right, buying the merch is one. Stop buying tickets is another one.
Yeah.
Just stop spending money on the club, right? Because the money dries up very quick. But like, convincing 60,000 every week to not do that is a very hard thing. But like,
Yeah.
for
It is hard.
Yeah, but for example, we ain't got the mentality for it. B, another reason is that one of these fans, and I can't believe I'm saying this, they were saying last season, just to get rid of the board and the owners, they would have. And this was when we were 16th, 17th, and people were talking about relegation.
Yeah.
They said they would happily take relegation just to get rid of this board and this owner. And I went, and you're an Arsenal supporter, right? And that sums our fan base up in a nutshell: weak, spineless, absolutely spineless, right? And yet they want to sit here and cast out people like us who don't believe in the process, don't believe in the board, don't believe in the owners, and don't believe in this manager, because why? He hasn't got a back. He hasn't got a back because we don't believe the narrative. We are like negative. Well, I'm sorry. How can I be negative for wanting us to win the fucking league? You're negative for putting up with this bollocks.
Well,
No
this is it.
standards.
I mean,
No standards.
For having no standards.
This
Yeah,
is it.
absolutely no
I mean,
standards.
we've got Francisco. Welcome back, Francisco. How you doing, bro?
I'm well, and you? Thank you very much for having me. Okay,
I mean, this is the cool
kudos for the
intro.
shot.
I mean, have your say. What do you want to see from Arsenal? What do you think we can do to get KSC out of Arsenal, and we can, try and get ownership that actually want us to win the major honors?
Well, first of all, in order to solve this situation, we need the fans to starting to having more fans, more the fan base, especially Arsenal fan base, to realize the situation they are in. Like you mentioned the last time we talked, we are the minority at the moment. And yes, it's cool to not buy the merch or not go into the stadiums. But if the majority still buying this same crap, buying the same crap, okay, is not going. The owners will not feel the effects of our efforts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Do you know what it is with fans? Yeah, I'd say this. Do you want to keep spending your money to go and see rubbish football, us not competing and winning absolutely nothing, or would you sacrifice not going to any games for a season, getting this manager fired, getting these owners to sell up, and potentially allowing us to get some owners that will care about Arsenal winning trophies, and then you can go back to football and watch Arsenal actually compete, like we did in the 90s, like we did in the 80s, like we did in the 70s. Do you know what I mean? It's sometimes you got to make a sacrifice for the bigger picture. For example, I got this YouTube channel. It's making me no money. Yeah, it ain't making me no money. But I'm looking at the longer picture that maybe one day this could be my future job. So I'm putting in the graft now. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you need to make a sacrifice. Yeah, my spare time, my energy. I'm knackered. I was in the club. I was partying last night. But I'm putting all my effort to see the long term, what I believe the channel could be. And it's not just about money, it's also about the community. I've met people like yourselves. Are Arsenal fans ready to make a sacrifice for a better future? I don't think so.
Not the majority.
North side, right? You bring on a great point, because there's, for example, people that obviously that don't know me, and I know Static knows me very, very well. The channel I do, I don't make any, no matter how big it gets, I'll make no money at all whatsoever, because it all goes to charity. It goes to Children's Liver Disease Foundation, because I have liver disease myself. I have 6 liver transplants, and I'm still not well now, right? So I've had to make a lot of sacrifices in my life. I'm not allowed to drive. I'm not allowed to really compete in sports anymore. There's not a lot of stuff I can do anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a lot of sacrifices I've had to make. But again, it builds that mentality of I'm not giving in. Right? I'm not giving in. Now I've got the mentality to quite happily put up with not spending any money on merchandise, right? The shirts I bought, I didn't even buy from the shop. I bought from eBay, right? I bought it from eBay instead, right? Rather than get them from on Arsenal Direct. And even next season, I'm not even going to consider buying them next season, right? The only ticket I was going to spend next season is only if we went to the Champions League, is because one of my things on my bucket list, which was to go and see a Champions League game, because only the doctors don't usually, they like to predict things, and they didn't predict something that was very, very positive. Let's just put it that way. So if that came up next season, that would be the one ticket I'd spend it on. But I wouldn't spend anything else. I'd sacrifice that season. I'd sacrifice the next season. But then growing up, I didn't spend my time going to games anyway. So it's not really a big deal watching it on TV. But like, why would I want to go to an Arsenal game when I'm watching this pile of shit? Why? I mean, I don't get it, right? But these fans won't do it because they've got no mentality, they've got no backbone, they're spineless and they're weak, right? For example, they're quite happy to give it all this about youth project, trust the process, this or that, but in the same breath, they're all calling for the Conkeys to be gone. They're all calling for Edu to be fired and Vinay to be fired, right? So if you don't trust the board or the owners, why are you believing in the process?
Well, these are the same owners, yeah, that were more than happy to join the Super League, yeah. But
Yeah,
I thought
but
we
now
didn't want to
it's
go to the
different.
Super League. Yeah, these are the same owners that sold Arsene Wenger down the river. I'm not going to blame everything on them, but they also didn't help him, did they? They didn't help him. And with Unai Emery, a manager, I mean, look at what Unai Emery is doing over there with Villarreal. Do you know what I mean? And that's why
If
when
they-
Ford comes on here and talks about money, I'm like, how can Villarreal be able to overachieve? How come Leicester City, we've seen Leicester City in the Premier League being able to overachieve? We've seen loads of teams being able to overachieve. The only ones that can't overachieve are Arsenal because this ownership do not care. They do not care. If the fans didn't turn against Unai Emery, they would have been more than happy to leave Unai Emery or Arsene Wenger. They don't care.
But
They don't care. They just
Northside,
need a manager to run their asset. The asset keeps growing. And this is what I keep saying. We will join the Super League. The Super League will be back. The
Oh,
format
yeah.
is
Yeah.
going to be. We will be in the Super League. The value of Arsenal will grow. It's already doubled since they bought all the shares. Yeah. And that is when they will be more like, okay, maybe we can sell up now when Arsenal are worth what, 4 billion, 3 billion,
Nope.
5 billion, whatever it is. Because it's happening. It's definitely Super League is definitely happening. You
That's
know?
why they bought in the first place. That's why the Cronkies bought in the first place. They bought it because they knew the Super League was
Super League
coming.
was coming.
David Dean, all the previous shareholders at Arsenal, there was that lady that came out in the Telegraph or something where she wrote a piece or did a little interview saying, "Oh, I regret selling my shares to the Cronkies." Oh, do you now, love? Do you now, sweetheart? Yeah. While we're like, you know, in the mud. Like, I just can't believe like the audacity of like some of these people. But what you have to realize, yeah, is that these are elite-minded people. Yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but if you're like elite, like 1% of like wealth and all of that resources, you can get away with pretty much murder at this point. Like, you can make serious moves. The Cronkies, their plan was to always make serious moves with the Super League in mind. Wenger was very much a part of that process. Do you know what I mean? And like, Wenger has to take a lot of responsibility for this crap, yeah? Because Wenger he was my guy. He was the one, yeah, that, you know, with the football, with the Henrys, the Bergkamps, the Pires, the Vieiras, the Lundbergs, Ashley Cole, Campbell, all of them, even Jens Lehmann. Those were the times that I grew up on. But then when we moved to the Emirates, Wenger sold out. Let's keep it all the way James Brown, ain't it funky, yeah? My bad. Like, Arsene Wenger sold this club down the river because he would rather this than this. Like the glory, the trophies, etc., etc. Like, that's why he sold Nasri. That's why he sold Adebayor. That's why he sold Cesc Fabregas, Hleb, RVP. The list goes on. Alexis Sanchez. Like, he would rather do that and do the bare minimum and then get the most money out of it. That's the problem. Fourth is a trophy. Another problem. Need I say any more? Like,
I mean, no, you're completely correct. I mean, telling us that we're in debt to a stadium, that when we qualified for Champions League, paid off the £20 million mortgage, we had a year on the actual film. So at the end of the day, there's loads of things. Francisco, I want to ask you a question. Over there in Sporting, yeah, in Benfica, in Sporting Lisbon, sorry, in Portugal, when the Sporting players rushed the training ground, was that in protest of the players and the manager, or was that for the ownership?
When Sporting had the situation with the fans running out to the training center, it was because of the recent poor performance of the play. Was the recent performance of the team. Meanwhile, during that time, there was a little bit of conflict between the team and the president at the time.
Okay.
So there was a little bit of idea that maybe the president, the time was Bruno Carvalho, also incitated those protests, which end up in the
But that was alleged, yeah?
allegedly, yeah. But at that time, the president of Sporting was also very notorious to making some incendiary comments, not only on during the interviews, but also on social media. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. I was just asking because I was thinking if they protested the owner, how did they do it? Because we need to look at examples of other teams and maybe try to emulate how they've tried to get owners out and protested.
Do you know why?
And maybe
Do you know
we
why
can
I
apply
haven't been
that.
able to do it? Sorry, Northside. Do you know why?
Hold on. Let me just introduce Napan because he's been waiting for a long time.
Yeah. Sorry.
Hold that thought. Napan, how you doing, bro? Sorry for making you wait. How you doing?
Oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I just wanted to say that as much as I hate your club with a passion, I'm actually as much Kroenke out as you guys are, because I wish, look, rivalries aside, I do not wish any club to go through this. I would not wish this on my worst enemy.
It's not just that. It's about what they wanted to do with football, which is destroy it.
Exactly. The football is meant to be for the fans. This goes beyond rivalries. This
And
goes
that's
beyond.
including Roman. That includes Said Mansour. That includes any owner that was involved with the Super League should not have been allowed to carry it through.
Hey,
But the reason
Bruce Buck wanted the Super League, okay? Roman didn't.
Roman
had no idea what it was.
No, Napun. I don't care. I don't care if it's Roman or not, right? Right? He's control of Chelsea. He can have the final say whether he wants to be part of it or not. And he jumped ship like the rest of them. So he's just as much as capable as anyone, right? I'm not having that excuse.
Anyway,
right?
but the main orchestrator for us in the Super League was that Huda Bruce Buck.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. The final word. You're telling me the decision like that is not being made without Roman's permission. Rubbish, right? It still comes down to Roman. Everything still comes down to him, right? If he really wants it,
he's no longer the
like
owner.
That.
He's no longer the owner, Steve.
Well,
let's get this back on track. My answer was
sorry.
Well, my question was, how can fans like ourselves that want this ownership out and want this club to start heading why they smashed down Highbury for, what could we do? I am going to move some people along because I'm getting a lot of people coming on. So S Feetly, I'm going to let you go, and Napan, I'm going to get somebody else on. Yeah, because it's getting a bit crowded.
I will just quickly say.
Yeah, before you let me go, Northside, all I'm going to say is you need to start a movement like the Arteta out movement, the Kroenke out movement. Like literally every home game, just protest. Don't bother buying tickets. Like the only way to hurt the owners is to hurt their pockets. Stop buying merch. Cancel your season tickets. Don't go to games. Every home game, just protest.
But you can't. The problem. Yeah, that's all right in saying that. And what I was only to say is that it's all right saying all this about protest this, protest that, do this, do that, do all the other. The problem is our fan base. Like I've just said before, our fan base has no mentality. It's spineless. It's weak. If it had the sort of life that, say, for example, I've had to go through, right? Jesus Christ, they'd be jumping out of second floor windows. Like honestly,
most of your fan
they
base,
can't. They're deluded. They buy into everything, right? That comes their way, right? And they've got no idea about what standards should be at Arsenal Football Club, right?
Do you know why?
That is why they've got that's why they are weak, spineless, and we will never be able to get these owners out because it's like what happened in the Super League straight after. We had one big protest, and then what did? We applauded the players. You didn't want to take their confidence. So no. So if we tried it, it won't work because that's just the way of our fan base is.
Modern day fans, mate. Modern day fans.
Look.
I really agree with you.
Can I say something?
Tuning in.
Well, hang on.
I'm gonna have to move you along a little bit because I just got too many people gonna get on. Thanks for coming on, guys,
Speak
and
to you
having your
soon,
say, yeah?
guys.
Yeah.
No worries.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Stephen.
Cheers. Right, Mohammed, how you doing? First time on the show. How you doing, bro?
Hi all. Good evening. It's my pleasure to be with you for the first time. Introduce myself. I'm Mohammed Iraqi, sports journalist from Palestine, an old Arsenal fan. Of course, I analyze Arsenal many occasions on YouTube and many channels such as Arsenal Lounge and other channels.
Okay, no, big up to you. Thank you very much. I mean, what do you make of Arsenal's situation right now? A couple of games ago, we were the favourites to get top four. Yeah, top four is not the be or end all. The aim of the sport is to win the Premier League. Yeah, we're not looking like to get top four. People were telling me that Conte's washed and he's not good enough. That's why only Tottenham went in for him. People are telling me Man United are irrelevant. Yeah, but they're all still on our tail. Arsenal are dropping points. We lost to Crystal Palace. We lost to Brighton. And now it's looking like top four's looking further and further away. What is your expectations at the end of the season? And where do Arsenal go from here, bro? Where do we go from here?
Yes. I think for me to analyze Arsenal, always to be realistic, not emotional as most of the fans, all of our fans. At the beginning of the season, nobody, pundits or Arsenal fans expected Arsenal to be challenging for the top four spot. This is a reality. For me personally, I was hoping that if we can go to the Europa League, it will be first step, then to continue. Why? Because Arsenal, I had some discussions before I be with you now live talking. People forget that Arsenal faced many problems in the last years, on the pitch and outside the pitch. Look at the decision-making headquarters and how many changes there. Gaziedes leave, Sanlehi, Husfahmi, Sven Meslintat, all of these people were in charge and left. Now Edu came. Now new shape in the decision making football wise. Arteta and Edu now is responsible. Arsenal were failed many times in the last years in recruitment. We know this. We spent money on players that didn't perform. So it was the thinking what we will do. For me, I appreciate what Arteta work. When Arteta came, he had a hell of a work ahead of him. So it's step by step to be in the right place, not a touch of magic. Look at how many players Arsenal moved out in the last year or last year and a half. 20 plus players, more than 20 players we moved out of the club. Why? Because they were not performing, not in standard of the Arsenal and not in our plans for our future. The main step beginning was the last summer, 6 new signing, young, hungry, that most of them are performing now very well. Ramsdale, Ben White, Odegaard, etc. So now Arsenal are moving forward steps. Challenging for the top 4, I think it's upon us now, or it was in the last 2 months. One main thing that I was always thinking about is last January. Not bringing any players in will bite us until the end of the season. It was clear. We moved some players out, okay. We moved Aubameyang because it's clear that Aubameyang will have no future with Arsenal, with Arteta after they clashed together. Although I was thinking that if we can keep him and use him until the end of the season, so it was the decision. Not bringing any player forward or a midfielder. We needed 2. Although Obi on loan for the end of the season, that helped us because from January to the end of the season, it was clear for me that we had a light squad, short squad that will be hurt a lot if we face many injuries, which is the case now. Now after Palace loss, Brighton loss, it's for me it's clear that Spurs are the favorite. Spurs are flying, not only because of they brought a top coach like Conte. People forget that the main bonus, the main advantage of Spurs is they're having Son and Keane, two world-class striker. Look at Arsenal now in this team, in this shape. We are suffering to score goals. We don't have top players, world-class players in the attacking department. This is our main problems now. So I think we will fight. We'll keep fighting. If we lose out the top four, for me it was expected. We will have a fight. For me, going to the Europa League is very important to return in Europe, to have game time to some players, to expand the squad, and to have more income, and for the history of Arsenal that we must be in Europe. I think, lastly, next summer will be crucial. Why? Because Arsenal will spend in the two areas that...
Would you give him another season?
For me, it's clear that Arteta will continue. And for me to analyze
not what you think the club is, not what you think the club will do. Do you think he deserves another season?
For me, yes, because he started the project, he must continue. He has full authority from Arsenal board. He moved the 20 players out. He moved the 5 players in January. He brought the 6 new signing. So we must continue next summer, adding the pieces, the missing pieces in the midfield and in the attack. Arsenal now.
Okay. Let me get somebody else's opinion. Okay, I get the gist of what you're saying. Natstar.
Just to end in one phrase.
Do you want to reply to what he said, that he deserves another season?
No, I disagree. I completely disagree, Mohammed, with all due respect. Arteta, for me personally, like Lee Gunner and others, never wanted him in the first place because I knew at this point this would happen. This guy has no man management skills whatsoever, non-existent. How many? You were talking about players that we let go, right? Like 20 odd players or something like that. Are you telling me that we couldn't have got more money for all of them players, not just one or two, like Aubameyang, etc., etc. Guendouzi, we should have got more, but all of the players that we let go, we should definitely have got more money from those sales rather than just releasing some of those players.
Getting money,
releasing these players, for basically nothing, like paying them to leave, like Socrates, etc. It's not on. That's not how a proper football club runs.
It's not Arteta.
Club.
Arteta is not the one that's selling. The board that's selling. It's not Arteta that gives money.
Didn't you say that he has the full backing of the board? And the fact that he went from head coach to manager means that he has more responsibility than any other sort of head coach in world football, which is scandalous. That Arsenal have basically gone back to what Wenger was doing for the last 10 years of Wenger's reign, which was basically run the club from top to bottom. But the only difference being is Arteta has more of a say on the players that he wants to bring in.
Yes, of course, because
he wants to get rid of.
He's the coach. He must choose the players that will suit his plans and the future, like Odegaard, like Ramsdale. That all the people should now put the credit or give the credit to Arteta and Edo for Ramsdale and Ben White. All the bandits, ex-players, were said, "Oh, why do you spend this money on Ramsdale? He's not in the quality of Arsenal. He's not in the level of Arsenal." Now Ramsdale is the number 1 goalkeeper in England.
I want to get an opinion.
We must be realistic in analyzing the situation.
Hello, hold on a second. Francisco, what do you think about what Mo has said? That Arteta should continue with the project, even if we don't get top 4, that he deserves another season, and that because he started a project, he must continue this project. What do you think, Francisco?
Okay, first of all, this project, in the first place, is not even properly a project. my opinion. Okay, hear me out. Arteta is, I mentioned this, in my opinion, he's been like 2.5 years, 3 years, pretty much learning in the job. He has no experience in being the main manager of a football club, first of all. Okay, you mentioned his Ramsey's been okay. Okay, Ben White, I think it was 50 million pounds. This is my opinion in a first 2.0 of Harry Maguire. The only thing that is good is a ball playing centre back. But to be a top class centre back, he needs way more than to be comfortable with playing with his feet, play the ball with his feet. There's another traits that is necessary to be a world class centre back, like positioning, like tackling, like marking. Okay, regarding Odegaard, okay, so is very, in my opinion, is in the one day he can be good. Second, on the other game, he can be Gasper the Friendly Ghost. So he's very inconsistent. If he was really good, okay, I think Real Madrid, I believe it was where Arsenal bought for Odegaard in the first place, you will give him a little bit more hard time to buy him in the first place. Okay, in my opinion, okay, Arteta has no conditions whatsoever. Okay, if he go top 4 or top 5, he has no conditions to manage Arsenal Football Club. The only reason the Arteta is in the job in the first place is because he's the perfect Muppet for the Cronkies.
Yeah, I mean, this is my opinion on what Mo said. Mo, I respect you. You're an Arsenal fan, but this is what I say to you. First of all, yeah, did Patrick Vieira get a top-level job? Did Lampard... Look, when you look at Patrick Vieira, how can a Crystal Palace fan tell me he would rather stick with Patrick Vieira than have Mikel Arteta because he's seen him be more tactically... What's going on there? What's going on? I feel people are jumping up. That put me off. He's seen him be more tactically nous than Arteta. This is my thing that I say to you, yeah? If the project ain't working, change it. You don't just continue with the project even if it's failing. Do you remember when Lampard was at Chelsea and he told all the Chelsea fans that that team's not ready to win anything? The team is not ready, yeah? But then he got given the money, yeah? He got given the backing by the owner. He failed in challenging for the league title. He gets sacked. Tuchel comes in, 0 signings, and wins the Champions League. This is football nowadays. You don't get 20 years like Fergie. You don't get Arsene Wenger 20 years. You don't get that anymore. It's a results business. And the most successful clubs in the world, yeah, in the world, have gone through more than 50 managers. Real Madrid, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. Yeah. So if those clubs have been the most successful, we need to follow suit because obviously it leads to glory. What we've got here is self-sustaining project. What team in the Premier League has a self-sustaining project? Liverpool. What's the difference with them and the difference of us? They have a world-class manager. So if you're going to win things with self-sustaining, you need a world-class manager. Now, you can't tell me that Mikel Arteta is world-class. So based on the model that Arsenal have chosen to go down, which is self-sustaining, if you don't have a world-class manager, you're not winning anything. And even with Liverpool having a world-class manager, they're still not able to dominate. Man City have been dominated lately. Yeah? So at the end of the day, this manager, we can all agree, is not elite. Then go and get a manager that is elite, that is ready to compete against Klopp and Guardiola. Do you know what I mean? Not sticking with a guy just because. Why do we have to stick with him for? Did Chelsea do that? No, they didn't. And they went on to win a Champions League. Do they regret letting go of Lampard when they saw things weren't working? Do Man United regret letting go of Ole? I remember when Ole got Man United to second place. Yeah? But the football was crap. They weren't performing well and they were scoring last-minute goals. It's not sustainable. This manager is relying on youngsters. Youngsters. Emil Smith-Rowe is our highest...
Do you know why?
Emil Smith-Rowe, yeah, is our highest goal scorer. You can't win the league with kids. It's not sustainable. The only club to ever win something with youngsters and a youth project was in 92. The class of 92 that won it in 99, that won the treble. How many years ago was that? 29 years ago, going on 30 years ago. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And back then, you didn't have Chelsea with money. You didn't have Man City with money. Guys, watch out.
Yeah, can I speak? Can I speak about the thing? Look, you always speak about the coach. Look at our squad. Is Arsenal squad now complete? I already mentioned that we started the main change, the expanded change last summer with the 6 new signing. These young players are talented and hungry to succeed in the future. Now, our squad now is not complete. You can't demand success from Arsenal now at this stage. Why? This is why I tell you that next summer.
I'll tell you why that's absolute nonsense. I can't. I'm sorry, but I can't accept that, and I'll tell you why I can't accept that. Did you have the same energy when we had Unai Emery? No. One season, people telling me that he lost the squad 1 point off of top 4, but all of a sudden, it's okay that he wasn't trusted. He wasn't trusted to get the players he wanted, let alone 250 mil. Do you know what I'm saying? But with this manager, he needs all his players. He needs us to trust him. He needs another 200 million to spend. It's not realistic. When Gerrard
Do you know why? My mate, because Arsenal was far behind the top teams, was far behind decision making, buying players, recruitment, squad. No, we are not far behind. We are closing on. We are closing in. Why? Because
your manager. I'm sorry, but your manager brought in Lokonga. Is Lokonga better than Guendouzi? Your manager let go of Aubameyang. He's smashing goals in Barcelona. Your manager decided to do that.
It's not like this.
Isn't playing
My
Pepe.
mate.
Your manager decided not to play Pepe. Yeah, he barely plays him in favour of Nketiah and Lacazette. They're leaving next season. They're leaving in 6 weeks. Their contract terminates. Your manager made us weaker.
It's not his fault. You know. Arsenal players.
Arsenal needs more players. You can't tell me he needs more players, yeah? And the players that he bought are not ready to compete. And the players that he's let go are better than the players that he's replaced them with. How does that work?
For me, Arteta is changing the culture in the dressing room. We have a fighting team, a young team, a hungry team, a talented team. Now look at the relationship between the crowd. Respect, please. Respect, please.
My friend, how are we changing the culture when we're not getting top 4 and we finish 8th for 2 seasons? How is that changing the culture?
For me, as I told you, I analyze the situation in a realistic way. I think next summer will be crucial in strengthening the midfield and the attack. These 2 departments that Arsenal are away behind the top teams and prevent us from challenging for the top 4. Bringing top class midfielders and top class strikers to add to the squad, to the good squad that we have now, to the good relationship that returned between the fans and the players. The players are doing all what they can, but we must confess that our
It's mad. Listen, Isco, how you doing, bro? What do you think about what Mo said? We'll wait to see if he can reconnect. What do you think about what he said, bro?
Why you are laughing?
What he clearly said doesn't make any sense. Why? Because I'm almost 24 years old, right? Growing up, I've always been like, I've watched Arsenal now for maybe about 10 years. The only thing I've heard from Arsenal fans is next season.
You are still young.
The next transfer window will be very crucial for Arsenal. Yeah, everyone's happy, everyone's gassed. The next transfer window, let's give Arteta a chance. He can do this. He can do. He's changing the squad. He's doing something. No, he reduced the wages by sending Aubameyang away. He did great. He did this. He did that. But at the end of the day, Aubameyang is scoring 10 goals and Arsenal is having 12 goals. And now a club is being compared to a player. So what does that mean? And we have Lacazette and he hasn't scored a goal since whenever. And we're here talking about work rate. Well, every striker needs to have work rate, but what do you need with the striker? You need goals. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't have any work rate, but what did he give? He gave goals. You need goals. Goals win games. Work rate doesn't win you any game.
No, facts. Francisco, I've got so many people. Thanks for coming on. Any last words?
Yeah. So it's a little thing. Okay, let's put the example of two teams. Okay, that have the best health systems in the world: Ajax and Benfica. None of them are from the big five leagues. Okay, but not even them rely on 100% of their youth. They always have in their main squad players who are competent enough for what? For the kids that come from the youth have competition, okay, and they grew up, say the examples of the players that have the quality enough for the main team. Arsenal does not have that. Saka in his role doesn't have competition. They could say Pepe could do that, but for some reason Arteta does not see him as an alternative. And they literally the kids, okay, from regardless of the quality they have, I quite rate them, okay. They now falling in terms of shape because they are young. As a youth project in the modern football, when results matter, does not work.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
No, I agree. Francisco, prazer como sempre, yeah? Muito obrigado. Yeah? I'll see you soon, bro. I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right, Jez, the main man, he's here. How you doing, bro? How you doing?
Hi, Northside. How you doing, man?
I'm good. What do you make of Mo? I mean, he's defending Arteta. He thinks that I don't want to put words in Mo's mouth. Really nice guy. I don't agree with Mo's opinion, but I respect him. He obviously thinks that this manager is doing a good job with his squad recruitment and that he should be given more money and more time. What do you make of it, Jez?
Talking drivel. Absolute drivel. And I'm going to put it to you, Mo. What the fuck do you know about Arsenal? I've supported this club for 53 bloody years. I lived opposite Highbury. I know lots about Arsenal. And this idiot Arteta is destroying this club. So how the fucking hell can you say you support him? That tells me, fella,
I don't. For me, I support Arsenal, not persons.
you know shit about Arsenal Football Club. Right?
I know.
I
Trust
have seen
me.
proper managers and proper players at this club. And you made the classic statement. Ben White, you said he's good. He's fucking rubbish, man. I've seen him play. He's pony.
It's your opinion. It's your opinion.
Sorry?
By the
said
way,
It's your opinion.
no.
Every opinion must be respected. Can you now name me one center half English who's better than him now in the Premier
Why
League?
does it have to be English? Because the defender, the centre back,
English.
it
No.
doesn't have to be
My
English.
question
It doesn't
is
have to be
English. And one English goalkeeper is better than Ramsdale now.
No. Don't make it seem like the only centre back we can buy have to
Well, I
be
mentioned
English.
Ramsdale.
Did we not loan out Saliba? Is he not in the team of the season? Is your man in the team of the season? No, he's not. You also told me about recruitment, yeah? Tomiyasu, he seems all right. He ain't a world beater. Tavares, he ain't ready. Lokonga, he ain't ready, yeah? Your manager also got rid of a lot of players. I don't know how many times I need to say this. You're telling us that he needs more time based off of what? Based off of what? Because his recruitment is woeful. You told me we need to work on the attack. So why doesn't he get more out of Pepe? How come Pepe's treated more? Yeah, I'm sorry. Pepe's treated more like he come up from the youth academy, yeah, than Saka or Martinelli. How come he can't get a game, a proper stretch of game? If you don't rate our attack, which you keep telling me we need more money spent, why get rid of our best striker that's now scored 10 goals, and in the same time we got rid of him, Arsenal as a collective have only scored 12 goals? That's a decision from your manager to do that. Then when you tell me he needs time, well, why does he need time? Since when is it the only way to build a team is a youth project? Conte didn't build a youth project at Chelsea. They won the league when he was there. Did he build a youth project at Inter Milan? Yeah. Juventus dominate Italy, yeah? But he didn't need a youth project then. He brought a team to win now. Yeah. You're talking to me about youth. Yeah. Our two best youngsters are being linked to better teams. Do you think they're going to stay or do you think they're going to go? Martinelli's being linked to Liverpool. Saka's been linked to Man City and Liverpool. Yeah. If the links are true and they come in, where do you think they're going to go? So it's all good having a youth project. I remember when we had a youth project with Van Persie. Yeah. He left. I remember we had a youth project with Kieran Gibbs, Wilshere, Ramsey. Yeah. The majority of them left. We've gone through 2 youth projects. You're talking to me about youth projects. In the 18 years, I've seen
It's not only youth project. It's not only.
Van Persie was
It's not the meaning that Arsenal will not sign an experienced player. We will sign.
Van Persie was part of a youth project. He left us to win the league with Man United. When your club is not ambitious, the players will leave for clubs that are ambitious. They're not sticking around because they're not you and they're not me. They're not Arsenal fans. And that's what you don't get.
Yeah, and the facts not side. And I wouldn't really want to talk too much, but because I really haven't watched Arsenal for a long time, maybe 15 years, maybe 13. Like it's not really a long time. But if you look at the way Arteta has destroyed this club, you will know that, okay, look, let's forget about the recruitment he brought. Yeah, what about the players he made? Guendouzi, Saliba, Pepe, here, Aubameyang. He sold him. He's taking Pepe out of the team. He sent Guendouzi away on loan and he's going to sell him too. He's taking Saliba away. And he's killed many of our players. What do you want? I mean, Aubameyang was scoring goals during Emery when Emery was here, right? I don't rate Emery as a good coach, but I think he's far more better than Arteta. I think he was someone who, if you had given him money, he would have done much better. Okay, look at what he's doing with his current club with in the Champions League. But Arteta can't even beat Palace. He can't even beat Brighton. I mean, why on earth will you keep Xhaka in the team and send Guendouzi on loan? Does that make any sense to anyone? It doesn't make any sense. And you keep El Neni and you send what they call this guy Nathan Nice on loan.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Mo, as much as you're praising him, you have to also criticize him.
I'm not praising him. I'm not praising him. For me, guys, for me, I'm analyzing the situation as I understand the situation. I am an Arsenal fan. I don't have agenda like other people against this manager, against this player, with this player. No. I am with Arsenal. I love Arsenal to succeed only. So I have my own analysis and seeing the situation, not with this guy or against that guy. No, I'm not like this.
I have an agenda against Arteta. I want him.
Okay, it's your freedom.
Yes, I do.
It's your freedom.
I do. I don't want him. Yeah, he's shit.
It's your freedom. Everyone sees the situation as he think, as he analyze.
It's not good enough, bro. Like, can't you see?
But you're talking about the situation. Let's be real. Let's talk. Let's be really real now, Mohammed. Yeah. Let me be real with you. He was the one when he first came into Arsenal. He started buying experienced players like David Luiz and Willian and all these. That didn't work. So then he switched it to a youth project. He decided, him and Eddie both decided that they both talk and they select the players and the targets that they want to go for. He now switched it to a youth project. Yeah. Just because you switch it from experienced players to try and go up the table to a youth project, the aim of the start of each season is still to win the league. Now, if the youth don't help you win and be in a title race, that falls on you because you have decided to manage this squad in that way. It was his decision to go down this route. Now that it's not working, why should we give him more time? Yeah, it's a result-based business.
Who told you that?
You go to a job, Mohammed, and they tell you, yeah, our profits last season was 100k. Yeah, if you then make 80k, they're going to say, listen, you're losing us money. Your aim was 100K. We're not going to move it because we had the pandemic. No. The aim is 100K. That is a turnover. If you don't get it, then you're gone. Why is it different? Because we're talking about a football manager. Why?
You know, for me, success doesn't come with a touch of magic. Success will come with hard work, with planning, with good recruitment. And in the beginning of my talk here, I told you how Arsenal was suffering in the last years in the pitch and outside the pitch. How many changes that Arsenal face? Every club is changed from another club, has the situation different from another club. I hate comparing this club with that. For me, Liverpool main advantage that good recruitment. We must be shrewd, ruthless with bringing the appropriate, suitable top players for us to go to the next level. And I think we started last summer with the signing that we made, with the players that we are. For me, not all the decisions I agreed. For me, some players, Maitland Niles, when Wolves offered £22 million, I think we should sold them. Many changes. Xhaka, for me, I'm not a Xhaka fan. I prefer to sell him. But last summer, as we all see, Roma didn't put the money that Arsenal say that we will need this for selling Xhaka. So for me, I hope that next summer Xhaka will go and will bring another top 2 midfielders and another 2 top quality strikers. For me, this will make our team more complete. We will go to the next level. It's my understanding for the situation.
Wait, one thing that I get from you is very funny, because you talk about bringing top players to Arsenal, but you don't have the manager to bring top players. He cannot. He wasn't even an average player. He was a below average player. You need a top-class manager to bring you good players. And Arteta can't. He cannot do that. The only reason why he got his job because he was an assistant of Pep. Does that make any? That just shows you how far Arsenal has gone behind. I've not watched Arsenal for a long time, but I've read so much about the history, and I know how high or how big Arsenal is. I know how big the club is, and I know the expectations. And for the few years I've watched Arsenal, and so many people I've listened to talking about Arsenal, I really know that no, Arsenal is a big club. But you're saying Arteta should bring top players. How? He doesn't have the powers to do that because he's not someone a player can trust. Can you trust him? No, you wouldn't. Because if you watch the game and you watch the football, it's rubbish.
And look at the way he's
rubbish.
And to your point, bro, look at the way he's treated our biggest stars. Aubameyang outcasted. Pepe outcasted. Why would you want to come here? Why would you be a big player come here?
No, because it's Arsenal Football Club. Because it's Arsenal Football Club, not because of any person.
Bro, we've seen it with Man United. When your club starts being run more for PR merchandise, then what you start attracting is mercenaries. Look at the mercenaries at Man United and look at the mercenaries at Arsenal. It's because our clubs are not run properly. How many mercenaries are there at Man City or Liverpool or Chelsea? Yeah, they're already thinking of Werner being told that he's going to be sold. He only just come to Chelsea. Yeah, because the standard of that club is up there. I mean, Jez, what do you make of it? Mo is a very nice guy, but clearly, obviously, you know, what do you make of his opinion?
I'll ask you this question, Mo. Arsene Wenger, yeah, won the double in 2 years, right? Why did Thierry Henry come to Arsenal?
Why did he come to Arsenal? First of all, Arsenal Football Club is a big club in England, historical club. Every player dreams of playing off. Plus
he came because
the good eye of Arsene Wenger identifying.
Mate, you're talking drivel to me. He came because of Arsene Wenger.
I said to you, because of Arsene Wenger, identifying this talent.
No, you just didn't say that, did you? You said it's because Arsenal's a big club, which Arsenal are the third biggest club in England, with a tradition, yeah, with a history. And Arsene Wenger had the ability to attract top players. And not only that, Wenger had worked with him before. So if you know your Arsenal history, mate, you'd know that. And it clearly shows to me you don't.
Yeah, it was at Monaco, wasn't it, Jess?
Have you ever heard of a bloke called David D?
I think he's frozen. I think Mo's frozen.
I think you, Jess, you're just saying the truth, because if you look at Luis Diaz, the reason why he went to Liverpool over Tottenham because of Jurgen Klopp, it's pretty simple and very clear. You can look at the top players, and Haaland will probably end up at Manchester City because of Pep Guardiola. I mean, they'll go. I mean, even Conte can pick up big players that Arsenal can, because we have Arteta and Spurs has Conte. It's a huge difference. Like, everyone can see that, but some fools, some crazy people can't see this, and they will still say we need to keep it. I think he was supposed to be fired last year, not even now. Finishing 8-2 seasons and still now messing up the top four. It's really, you remember Conte won the league at Chelsea and still got fired.
Yeah.
And Mourinho won the Europa League at Manchester United and still got fired.
And the thing is that Chelsea have standards, they have ambition, and let's get it right. Yeah, Edu at the start of this season, and I quote, "I don't want fourth, I don't want eighth, I don't want 10th. I just want to see the squad play together." Now, what kind of indictment is that to this club to say that Arsenal are going to achieve anything? It's rubbish. And it's not just Arteta, it's Edu, it's Vinay, and it's Garlic Head that are causing these issues. And this broken fan base with people like Mo, right, talk absolute drivel is what is the problem. I'm sorry if I put it as it is, but I'm a proper fucking Arsenal fan. You know what I mean? I'm fed up of hearing this absolute bloody nonsense where people say, "I'll give him to the summer, I'll give him another season." For what? For what? He's done nothing.
I think at least some of you have seen Arsenal really win trophies, but I haven't. Every year I keep hearing next season will be good. Next season will be good. I've seen the 7-0 against Bayern. I've seen the 9-0. I've seen the absolute battering in Old Trafford or wherever you call it. I've seen the skinning of Liverpool 4-0. I've seen like all kinds of, and even though being young and having watched Arsenal for a long time, I've read the history and I know what Arsenal Football Club stands for. And I've heard from the top gunners, people who have watched football like you. I've been watching the show on Lee Gunners TV, and I've seen you talk, and I've heard all the things about Arsenal. I know Arsenal needs more than what these other fans are talking about. I think they don't really know what Arsenal deserves. That's why they say whatever they want to.
No, 100%. 100%.
All the time, we've got this absolute fraud. And he is a fraud. He was a bang average bloody player. Panicked by 11 o'clock transfer by Wenger. Yeah, because Arsenal were in the shit back then. And he knew that we needed to bring players in. He got Arteta. He was an average player. He might have been a legend at Everton, but he was an average player. And he's an absolute pony bloody manager. He is not good enough for a big club like Arsenal. I did a stream last night. I went through about the Brighton game. This guy is never, ever going to attract top world-class players because he does not command the respect. I've seen idiots saying, "Oh, we're going to get Haaland." Oh, are you having a laugh?
Not realistic. No, not realistic. This talk.
150 million because we're cheapskates. If that bloke's worth 100 and 160 million, which is what they want for him, we ain't spending that money. And who would you actually rather play for, Pep Guardiola or Arteta? Well, I know who I'd rather play for, and I love Arsenal, right? Because Arsenal do not have the direction to attract big name players. When we had Wenger in his first 10 years, he was a brilliant manager. He stayed too long, and it caused Arsenal all kinds of problems. But in his first 10 years, he could pick up the phone to any player and say, "I want you to come and play for Arsenal," and they would come. And it's true what David D used to say: when Arsenal knock on the door, it's a different knock. We haven't got that anymore.
Yeah, the wrong thing the board did was appoint Arteta. But again, if Arteta had the brain and if he was smart enough, the first thing he had to do was build that relationship with the players. Build the relationship with Aubameyang. He didn't do that. The second
Get Overmars in, bro. Why have we not got Overmars in? Man are telling me Edu is better than Overmars as a sporting director. I don't think so. Why is Overmars not here? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Vinay is definitely, on side with the owners because he's there getting all the merch.
We can't change the board, We can't change Arsenal board. The fans can't change the board now.
No, but you can expect more. And when you come on and you give your opinion, you show the history of this club and you respect the history of this club. Barcelona are supposed to be £1 billion in debt. Looks like they're turning it around really quickly. Looks like they're not resting on their laurels. And if Xavi doesn't do the job, trust me, he'll be fired. Because they don't care about the situation. They hold the standard of the club regardless of what is going on. Arsenal, we have to accept the situation. No, I'm not accepting nothing. Yeah, because when I grew up, Mo, Arsenal winning doubles. Arsenal, even when we didn't win the league, we were flipping, running it down to the last few games in a title race. Why should I change that? Why? Because Arsenal.
How was the situation? I want to ask you, how was the situation before Arteta came?
How was the situation? We had a manager in Arsene Wenger that was here too long, that was feeding bullcrap to the media and the fans, telling us that we can't compete because we're paying off a stadium. When in reality, it was only a £20 million loan, and we got, I think, 30 or 40 million just for qualifying for Champions League every year. So that alone paid for it. Yeah, we kept him for too long. We let him run down his actual status at this club because the first 10 years of Arsene Wenger was amazing. He was one of the people that made me fall in love with Arsenal. He was one of the people. Then he also became one of the people that made me fall out of love with Arsenal. Yeah? And then he was the one that's fed you the crap that we should accept this. No, we're not going to accept this. We're not going to accept this. Because unfortunately, your mentality is why we keep losing. Fans
not at all. No, please. Every year it's
the same crap. Oh, judging May. Oh, don't worry. Oh, we can't compete. Really? We spend the third most money in this league. The third highest in the last 5 years been Arsenal. Since Arsene Wenger's left, we spent £500 million. £500 million. We spend more money than Liverpool. Look at their squad and look at our squad. And we spend more.
I told you, look at Arsenal problems and how they were making the decisions and the bad recruitment in the last years. Arsenal need time to regain its place, not with a one touch of magic.
No.
What
he just said.
A manager that hasn't gone and got his stripes. Yeah, that is what's not going to happen. Yeah. Do you walk into a company? Let's say you've just studied. Do you walk in your company? You've got your exams. You've done your exams. You've got your qualifications. Do you walk into a company straight away and become CEO? Or do you need to work your way up to become CEO of a company? So why is this guy being the manager of one of the biggest footballing institutions in the world?
We can't change the situation that he's now here.
We can't hire him. He should be sacked. Finishing
It's
eighth for
linked to the board.
is disgraceful. And the fact that this club ain't even qualifying for the Conference League, yeah, I'm keeping it professional because I'm online, yeah. He can fuck off because he's not good enough for Arsene Wenger. I mean, Arsene Wenger, flipping out, thinking of Arsene Wenger. For Arteta, it's not good enough, bro. So don't tell me that it's good enough because it's not. You don't support Boreham Wood. You don't support Wildstone Raiders. You support Arsenal Football Club.
We support Arsenal. We love Arsenal to succeed, and it's our hope that we'll get better every day.
Mo,
But
I feel like if we weren't talking about football, I would really like you. But when it comes to football, bro, I just can't agree with you, bro.
Okay, no problem. No problem. The respect remain.
Yeah, no. Well, I respect you. Of course, I respect you. You're a fan, and you have the right to have your say, which is why I'm keeping you on to have your say.
But he said clearly he's destroying the club. He's tarnishing the club. I mean, you can talk. No one will stop you to talk. But I don't think what you're saying any makes the club any better. Because
For me, any other points or analysis which is different to my point of view, I respect because every person is different from another person. Not all people think in the same way. For me, I'm an Arsenal fan from 1985, so it's good time, not short time.
Okay, cool. And in that time, yeah, did we accept being in the top 6, or were we fighting for leagues?
As I told you, every time has its problems. Arsenal in the last years, in the late Wenger years, then after what we saw from what we mentioned, Arsenal needs time. I think we are moving. I hope we will move faster. I hope we will succeed with Arteta or without Arteta. For me, all what I want is Arsenal to succeed and to regain to be one of the top clubs in England.
Okay,
Cool.
I think what this guy doesn't understand is okay. The first problem at Arsenal was you allowed Wenger to stay for too long without really achieving too much for that long time. You know what I mean? Okay, then you sacked him. Then you brought in Emery. Okay, you brought in Emery who missed out on top 4 with 1 point. Okay, you should have given him another season, but you sacked him who shows ambition. I understand. Okay, then you brought in Arteta. He won the FA Cup in his first season, but he finished 8th. You should have sacked him again for showing ambition because that's what the top clubs does. But you didn't sack him. You left him to go another season again, and now we're trying to get top 4, which we wouldn't get. Our team doesn't have squad depth. We lost our best players. We lost Uba, our highest goal scorer, and we have Lacazette who can't even do anything. We have Xhaka in midfield. We have Elneny, or we have Benjamin White, who is a crazy player who is shit. And we have Pepe on the bench, and we have Saliba on loan. I mean, talk of destroying the club. He has done what he has done is far way outweighs the good he has done for this club. He's won a trophy, yes. I think that's about 5%. But he's done 95% of the bad things to spoil this club. I don't know how you see good in it. How?
Excuse me, guys. I want to leave. Thanks for your time. I appreciate discussing Arsenal with you, and I hope to be with you many times when Arsenal, inshallah, winning games.
No, 100%, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks, Mo.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can see you again.
I appreciate that you gave me this time and this nice talk with you.
No worries. Thank you, bro.
See you soon.
Yeah. Bye. Like I said, this channel is for opinions of all types of people. The only way, do you know what it is? Yeah. The reason I want to do it like this is because a lot of the times, if you have one mindset, you know, Arteta in, Arteta out, it's like there's never a conversation. It's always attacks. Of course, I'm passionate. I love this club. Jez loves this club. Jez is fed up of seeing failure. Isco, I'm sure you're fed up of seeing failure. So sometimes when we speak, it can come across a little bit much, but we love this club and we can see it's not heading in the right way. And when we see people like Mo, which I think we can all accept, if we were talking to him away from football, probably a lovely guy, nice guy, wasn't abusive, wasn't, you know, rude, nice guy. But what is annoying is this is the battle we're up against every day. It gets tiring and draining. Jez, make sure people, you like and subscribe to Jez's channel. Jez, you want to plug your channel? And you can find Jez there because he's got way more knowledge on this club than I do.
Yeah, basically, I was thinking about it for a while, Northside, and then I had a chat with Lee, and I had a chat with the lovely little Gracie May, and Gracie was awesome.
Lovely girl, yeah.
Yeah, I mean she's top class, that girl, and she's got a great channel as well. So go and subscribe to Gracie May. And bless her, she set the channel up for me. Because I'll be honest, I didn't have a clue how to do it. I'm not lying. I gave it a go. I just thought I can't get this to work. And I spoke to her and she said, "I'll do it for you." And brilliant. She's been amazing. And yeah, basically, it's all about the first part I've done is about Arsenal's start of history of the club. I'll be dropping another one on Wednesday. I did a review of the Arsenal-Brighton game last night.
You're smashing it, man. 3 videos and you're already past 1K. Jez's channel is huge, man. Listen, Jez, you're smashing it.
Yeah, I didn't expect this response, but that's down to a lot of other people, man. Lee Gunner, you know, what I'll say about him, and Warren. People like Warren's Team Talk, they've been promoting the channel. Lee's gone mad on it. So, you know, I've got to say massive thank you to them. And I think the fact is helped. I've been on Lee's channel now for 2 years. So people know me ugly mug. They know how I am. I sometimes shoot from the hip. And sometimes it upsets people, fair play. But I'm passionate, like you, Northside, like Isco. You know, I've been around this club for far too long to take the bullshit that we're getting now. Anyway, the channel is called Arsenal, the History and More. If you're interested, go and have a look, because it is all facts about the start of Arsenal in their formative years, and we're going to move all the way through right up to modern day. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's good fun. There's a few things I want to tweak to make it better, but I'm still learning. Northside, you know, I'm a complete novice to this. So, but there we go. It's great coming on your channel and other people's channels. You know, it's great fun to have a chat. And
you're always welcome here, man. And you're smashing it. I mean, I was like, whoa. I remember I was talking to Gracie, and Gracie's such a nice girl. 16 years old, very polite. Always, you know, I didn't know how to do super chats. She took time out, literally waited for the end of my stream. And sometimes, as you can see, my streams can be 2 hours. And she waited and she helped me out. And her mum should be so proud of her, because that girl at 16 years old.
Sarah's in the chat.
Yeah, big up to you, Sarah, man. I always call you Miss Gracie. But, you know, you have raised an excellent girl, man. You did a really good job there. And big up to Gracie, man. She does so many things apart from the YouTube channel. But big up to her, and big up to you, Jez, you know. You know, big up to you. You remind me a lot of my granddad. My granddad is a Benfica fan, but because of me, he started supporting Arsenal. Me and 2 of my cousins. He's like, I always had a soft spot for Arsenal. And he was always gutted, you know, rest in peace, bye. But he was always like gutted with Arsenal, and he was always angry, you know. And this is his second team. It's not even his first team. And he was always like, come on, I love Arsenal. I don't know what is, you know. What annoys me is he never got to see Arsenal be great again. You know, he died before seeing Arsenal great again. And, you know, that's always something that bugs me. And sometimes I just feel like this club doesn't know how, you know, they're letting fans down, you know, even fans that are not from this country, you know, and they support this club and they take the fun out of it. He got to a point he didn't want to watch Arsenal anymore because it started hurting him. I was thinking, wow, you know, but listen, Isco, you're another one. Big up to you. Thank you for coming on, expressing yourself, and I can see where your frustration comes. All of us are frustrated because all we just need is unity, and hopefully, my channel, Jez's channel, we can have conversation because through conversation, there's understanding. You know, not just attacking each other. When we can talk, because I know Jez gets it. I get it. Isco, I'm not sure if you've got a channel. All we get is abuse. Do you know how many times people tell me, oh, you sucking off league? You tell me why I'm wrong and you tell me why you're right. You tell me why I should accept this crap. Have a conversation instead of trying to attack me because it doesn't get to me. It just annoys me and tells me I'll just block you. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing with this fan base. Jez, I've got a quick question. We're going to wrap up. I've got a quick question and then I've got a question for Isco. But for you, Jez, obviously you're older than me. I was born in 92. Was the Arsenal fan base always divided, or was this a millennial thing?
Mate, I can tell you, this has only occurred in the last 10 years. It's ever since the last 10 years of Wenger and currently Arteta. Now, I've said loads of times on other channels that when Arsenal were at Highbury had a fan base that was very, very, very local. The streets around it's the same as Tottenham, Chelsea, and all that. Because of the global spread of football for Arsenal in the advertising, the franchising, there's a lot of people who look from afar. Sadly, can never get to see Arsenal because it will cost them an absolute bloody fortune to get to a game. Yeah. So that is such a shame, and I wish more people could to get the match day experience, see their love of the team. But no, it wasn't like this. This has started probably 14 years ago, and it's getting worse because, and I'm sorry to say this, there's a few Arsenal channels out there that have caused this. In that, there's a lot of young kids who are not old enough to form their own opinions, so they go with the flow. They're like sheep.
Yep.
You know, it's like kids in the playground. They all want to be this person, so they follow the drum. Now, sadly, when these kids go on Twitter and all these sites and everything, if you don't agree with them, they abuse you. I had a guy on Instagram probably 6 weeks ago who suddenly, I don't know how he found me, but he came on and he was like, oh, you talk absolute drivel, blah, and all this and all that. He said, I want to smoke you and all this. And I said, what have I done to upset you? Well, you're Arteta out. You don't know nothing about this club. So I said to him, how long have you supported the club, mate? And he went, 6 years. I said, well, I've been supporting them for 53 years. So I think I know a little bit more about this football club than you. It turned out he's 14. 14 years of age. And he's talking like that. And I'm thinking, that is so sad. That is so sad that you've got little kids like that want to talk to people that actually know what they're talking about, who've been around the club for a very, very, very long time, have seen the good, seen the bad. I mean, I said last night, mate, that on the show I did about the Brighton game, one of the worst seasons I ever saw Arsenal was 75-76. We ended up 17th, 36 points. But the point I said was, at least the team had fight. The difference then was the players were getting older. But that was the year that David O'Leary, an absolute icon legend of this football club, made his debut. And we had Liam Brady, Alan Sunderland, legendary players of this football club. But unfortunately, you know, the manager we had at the time, Bertie Mee, had done his time and he needed to go. So Arsenal got him out. But the fact with Arsenal Football Club, it's always the same with managers, right? We either hire the wrong one or we hang on to them for too long. We're not Chelsea. We're Chelsea. If you ain't good enough, mate, you're gone. Simple as that.
That's what we need. That's the mentality we need, Jez. And listen, people, if you want to hear Jez, this is what I'm saying. He knows this stuff, man. Make sure you go and subscribe to Jez's channel. Do you know what I mean? Make sure you go and subscribe. Isco, I got one final question for you. What made you fall in love with Arsenal? What made you become an Arsenal fan? And what as well made you realize that, you know, this club is full of PR and it's just going round and round in a circle and there's no ambition here?
I think one of the things that made me really like Arsenal was the football that I saw on the wing. You know, I really liked the
How do
football
you?
that I saw, like the one pass, one touch, like a free flowing football. It was really nice, and you know, so I really love that. And wing again as a manager, and I read about the history. You know, if you want to fall in love with something, a company or anything, you have to know where does it start? You know, what's going on, what has been here that I haven't been there, what has been going on. So I knew about that, so I raised my standards and I wanted to win. So every year, even though being very young and being a new fan or something, I wanted the club to actually win something. But then I didn't see that. The only thing I saw were fans that accepted mediocrity. And this is clearly because they don't know the history. If you don't know the history, you will never demand for more.
Yeah.
And if you continue to have people who are much older and are talking BS and are on the same way, and you actually have people who are talking BS who are much older than you actually follow the crowd. And we actually have a few people who are actually much older and have been around the club for a very long time who are supporting Arteta, not even the club. You know, so many fans support Arteta, not the club.
Yeah.
So many fans don't know the history. So many fans don't demand for more. So many fans think top four is a trophy. So many fans actually believe that Arteta can take us to and win the league. And we haven't won the league now for how long? I think then I was still a kid. I didn't actually know anything about football, but like it's been really long that we haven't won the league. And you still have people younger than me or older than me who still believe Arteta is going to do something after 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, how many years did it take Conte to win something at Chelsea? 1. How many years did it take Conte to win something at Inter Milan? 1. Like, can't you see the clear picture that you have a manager who is not capable enough to win anything? It's
No,
very clear.
facts. No, you're correct. And listen, bro, you see that mentality that you have there? It's gonna get you far in life, yeah? In your personal life and everywhere, anything else that you choose to do. When you have ambition, when you have desire to better yourself, you can do and achieve whatever you want to achieve. I didn't grow up with a dad. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon. You know, I able to get a place. Thank God I found a good woman and I worked hard. You know, nothing was given to me with a silver spoon, but I have high standards. I could have rested. I don't need to do YouTube. YouTube don't pay none of my bills. You know what I mean? And having that elite mentality, someone in the static said in the chat, you're 23, you're going to get far in life. Most people in the world are complacent. The ones that are ambitious, that's when you get far in life. No matter what hand you dealt, whether you had a father, you didn't have a father, whether you face racism, whether you face discrimination, whether you don't get certain opportunities. If you have desire and you have high standards, it doesn't just stop at Arsenal, it's in your life, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't that old. I'm a little bit older than you, but trust me, I'm telling you. Most of the stuff, yeah, when you have that ambition. I mean, when I first started my YouTube channel, I'm going to end it on this. When I first started my YouTube channel, yeah, everyone at work was laughing. They don't laugh no more. You know what I'm saying? Now they're tuning in. There you go. Raise the standards. That's what it's about. Listen, Jez, Isco, thank you so much for tuning in. People, once again, make sure you go like and subscribe to Jez's channel. Isco, have you got a channel, bro?
No, not yet.
No? You should, man.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I will, but you know, with the toxicity that we have, I don't think people will really like what I say. I don't think they'll enjoy it.
Go for it. I mean, I binned it I was told 18 months ago, man, to do it. And I just said, no, I can't be asked. And then people kept saying, Jez, you got to do it. You got to do it. And in the end, I thought, well, I'll just give it a go. And I can't believe that in less than 5 days, it's 1.3 thousand subs or something like that. And it went over 1,000 in 72 hours. And
Mad.
that is down to a lot of support from Lee and Gracie, Warren, Del Boy, all these great people that we get to talk amongst ourselves, and we get the chance to put it out there. So yeah, do it, man, do it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
sure. I'll try.
Yeah, now that's it. Excellent show, Northside. Well done for giving everyone, anyone and everyone the opportunity to have their say. That's what it's about. Listen, S. Featley, do you want to wrap up the show? What do you want to say, bro?
Yeah, man. So I just want to say, first of all, Jez, well done for what you did with Mohammed. I don't know what he's talking about, honestly. He's talking absolute waffle. But it's also the example I was saying earlier about this mentality, this fan base, spineless, weak. But it's like you said, Northside, and like if you have a strong mentality and you demand so much high standards, and this is the main thing. Like I am, and I'll just echo sort of something like that I've had in my life, which is I've had so many setbacks in my life, so many, and still to this day, there's still so many setbacks and limitations. But one thing I definitely still try and do is maintain as high a standard as I can. Even though with some days I can't do streams, or some days I'm absolutely knackered or anything like that, and I still try and keep mentally as strong as possible, because it can easily break you. And if you keep that with your football, if you have that in life, all you should do is try and keep that with your football club. Like, and like I think that's the main thing we're all trying to say, which is have the same mentality and standards for your football club that you would want in life, which is massive. If every Arsenal fan did that, we wouldn't be in the position probably we would be in now, because the owners would have to do something. But
No, 100%,
yeah,
mate. You're completely correct.
and plus, like I just want to say, big up to yourself, mate. You're doing a great show on here, as well.
Yeah, totally agree.
I hope to keep coming on and work with you. And Jez, I'm glad to hear you've got a channel. I didn't know you had a channel until it went over 1K, and Static told me. So if both of you ever need help with anything, you can always send us a message.
Can I just say one thing before we go?
Yeah.
I think many Arteta fans always say, "Oh no, I don't like Arteta. I think I don't have an agenda, but I'm just supporting the club. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
But the problem here is I have an agenda against Arteta. You know why? Because he is the manager of this football club, and if I want the football club to move forward, the person managing the football club has to be someone much better.
Isco.
If he is not, I'm going to have an agenda against him, because
Hang on,
I don't want him to be a manager of a football
this
club
is where
that is
he
not
shot
going to be
himself in the
much
foot.
better.
But
If
this is
he's
where
not going to raise the standards of Arsenal, then he has to leave.
No, but this is where these fans shoot themselves in the foot, right? If you say you don't have an agenda about this club, about a certain player or a manager, and you support this club, then what is best for this club is getting an elite manager in, right, and sacking Arteta, right? So support your club by wanting replacing this manager with an elite manager, so we can then go on and actually achieve something that we should actually achieve. Like I said, Wenger won his first double in 2 years, right? Then Conte won his title in his first season. Tuchel won the Champions League with the same side that Lampard finished ninth with, right? So simple, right? Demand high, expect high, you'll get high, because you'll get high standards. And if you support this club and you want what's best for this club, then you'll want to get rid of this manager. Simple. because this is not good enough.
And on that bombshell, we're out.
Yeah.